Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in this week to This Georgia Clay. So last week we ended things in the foyer area. Just wanted to highlight again my beautiful nativity scene this year. I did purchase it from Pottery Barn and I had a lot of questions regarding it. It currently still is sold out because it was handcrafted, so they only made so many of them. But I'm pretty sure that you can find one similar or another nativity scene that's just as beautiful as this one. I know there's various options out there, so I definitely wanted to highlight that. But this week we are focusing on my main tree and living room area, and the color scheme changes just a little bit, but it is still in essence the same scheme in terms of it being a old-timey feeling in regards to Christmas, and I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and get into this week's fall. It is officially Christmas time here at This Georgia Clay, and so of course we definitely need to start off with a clean palette to work with. This year I am partnering with King of Christmas, and they gifted me their Rushmore fur, and I definitely cannot wait to get it out of that box. But the first thing I had to do was I put on some Christmas attire, so my little Mary sweater, and cleaned up all of the pumpkins and fall decor, as they'll make a return some point next year. But definitely it is time for Christmas, so let's go ahead and get ready. So this year for Christmas, I am partnering with King of Christmas, and I have their Rushmore fur, and I cannot wait to put it in this particular space. This is our first year having Christmas in this house, and I cannot wait to decorate it and make it beautiful for this coming season. I decided to go with a green theme this year. So past years, you guys have seen, if you're new to This Georgia Clay, just let me recap. We usually do a flocked look because I just love how a flocked tree looks. I just feel like it's cozy. It gives you that snow vibe, although it doesn't really snow here in Georgia. Sometimes it'll snow in North Georgia, but it's not normal for it to particularly snow. So, but this year I wanted to go with a green Christmas because I just felt like it was more traditional. With this vibe of our house, we're going more traditional. It's more of a modern European aesthetic is what I'm going for. So lots of textures, very warm, cozy vibes in terms of like how we have our stacked stone fireplace here, and just having that particular aesthetic, especially with the cozy vibes of our sofa here. And then we just try to add in those European aesthetics with having like black elements because the exterior of our home does have black windows. So you'll see that throughout our home. So just give me a little nutshell of our aesthetic here in this house and what we're trying to go for. And so for this year, I wanted something that was, like I said, a traditional, timeless Christmas that had all of the things that I love in my home. So that's kind of the goal that I was going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox my King of Christmas. I cannot wait. This is a 9-foot tree. It is an unlit tree. I went with an unlit tree this year because I figured that I wanted to add candles to the tree, and I wanted to add lighting, and I kind of wanted to just be able to do that on my own and try to mix and match things as I saw fit. And sometimes with a lit tree, you don't have any say-so in terms of how bright the tree is or not because it already comes lit. So this time I decided to go unlit, and I did buy some lights that I will go ahead and string on there from Amazon, and it just provides me with control of how much lighting that I want my tree to give off. So that was my thinking behind it, but I'm gonna go ahead and unbox it. I cannot wait. Again, thank you so much, King of Christmas, for partnering with me, and I can't wait to get it up and going. So let's go ahead and do that. I have always put my Christmas tree in the front of my window. I have a picture window here, similar kind of layout in terms of the window arrangement from my old home. So I wanted to go ahead and move this chase over, but as soon as I started moving in, I was like, man, this thing is heavy. So I decided to move it to the opposite side of the sofa this year. I did put out this collar, the tree collar that I had every intention of using, but you'll see that it was entirely way too small to do the job. So first impressions, I cannot believe I'm going green, but I absolutely love it. It does come in 4 different sections, so it is numbered in terms of like A, B, C, and D. And I went ahead and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is huge. It's going to give me such a presence this year. I do love that it comes with a tree bag, which is very helpful to be able to store everything after Christmas is over. And it's so sad to say, like, after Christmas is over, like, I don't want to even think about it because I love this tree so much. So I took the time, and then I saw the tree stand, and I was like, wow, this is not going to fit in this small little tree collar. But don't worry, I'm going to use that tree collar somewhere else, but definitely was not going to do the job. The angels did say, was a certain poor shepherd in the fields as they comforts nowhere. The angels did say, was a certain poor shepherd in the fields as they After I got the tree up, it was time to go ahead and fluff. And one thing that I do love about King of Christmas is that they sent me over these gloves just to protect my hands while fluffing the tree. Not that the branches are hard or anything like that, or not soft. It's just you're going to be fluffing for quite some time because this is a large tree. So you definitely want to make sure to just cover up those pretty fingers. Now, after I spent some time fluffing out my tree, I did go back and fluff it just a little bit more. However, it was time to go ahead and put on lights. So I went ahead and purchased these lights from Amazon. I will have them linked on my LTK page. They were about 84 feet long. I did purchase 3 of them, so that just tells you how large this tree is. But I did go ahead and start at the bottom and then worked my way up. They do have multiple functions, like they can twinkle, they can flash, they can sequinize, they can do all the things. I just decided to go ahead and keep them on a steady warm white. The only thing is they do not have a remote to turn on the lights in terms of the different sequence. You're gonna have to press the button that is located next to the actual plug, but still was a great choice in terms of price, and then also gave me that warm white that I was looking for. Now, with work and whatnot, I did wish that I was able to wrap the tree all in one day, but I just couldn't. So I did come back when I had some more time and wrap the tree. You see that the lights are flickering and changing because I did have them on a sequence there. And so I'm just trying to connect all of the lights and make sure that they all are on the same light mode. But I took my time just wrapping each branch with the lights, and then like I said, there wasn't any type of like reason of, you know, I'm gonna light it this way or not. I was just trying to get as many lights on the tree as possible. I got this tree skirt a couple of years ago from Kirkland's, and they were having an after Friday sale. Is it after Friday sale? Black Friday sale. And so I got that from a couple of years ago, and it went with my color scheme this year. So this year I wanted, in this main part of my home, my main tree, I wanted it to have like a moody feel. So burgundy, browns, neutrals. You'll see me put on the lighter ornaments. I always start with the larger ones and kind of fill in any gaps or anything that you see, just to give it some definition when you're looking at the tree. But I did go ahead and decide to take out the lighter ones and just stick with a true burgundy and neutral platform. All right, guys, so this is how she's looking. And I just kind of want the tree to feel this year very, I wouldn't say whimsical, but very just simple, elegant, rich in terms of, I love the pops of deep red on here. I think I'm gonna follow up with a little bit more brown tones, which I do have like some poinsettias. I know people either love them or they hate them. I love them sometimes, other times I hate them, so I'm kind of right in the middle. But I do have some, and my house is looking god-awful mess because Christmas has thrown up. But look at my bedroom, it's so beautiful. Anyhow, but I do have these that I got. It's kind of hard to do it with one. Let's do that over. Instant replay. All right, so here is one that I have from Hobby Lobby. The only thing is that, or I think I got these, no, I got these from Kirkland's. Okay. So I got these from Kirkland's last year when we were in our apartment while we were waiting for our beautiful new home to be built. And I kind of just was like, you know what, I'm going to do brown, but I don't want to decorate because I wasn't in my home. And I just wasn't like in the mood, if that makes sense. Like sometimes you have moments or years, I feel like, where you're all into the Christmas spirit, and other years you're just like, you know what, my kids are getting older and it's just not the same feeling in terms of making it all cute and beautiful and fun for little ones because my kids are grown. But I do have a 13-year-old, so I try to make it as festive for her, but she's still, I swear, she's like 13 trapped in a 6-year-old body. However, I love these, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And you know, like I said, last year I kind of just wasn't in the Christmas spirit, so this year, since we're in our home, I do and have more room to spread out. That was mainly it. The apartment was super small. I decided to go ahead and decorate. So again, with the brown tones, my color scheme this year is just neutrals with a pop of deep red. I kind of wanted to go with the theme in terms of, if you guys have ever seen Little Women, and in that home, they had a Christmas scene. I'll see if I have a picture of it. And it had candles on the tree, and it had just ornaments that were sentimental, but also just a sparse look with the tree. And so that's kind of why I chose this tree in particular as well. Again, this is the King of Christmas Rushmore fir, and it's unlit. I did have to go ahead and string lights on it. And again, I just wanted to control how much lighting my tree had. And functions as well for the tree. So that's why I kind of did my own. However, that is the theme for it. So in that movie, they have where it's just, you know, they're waiting for their dad to come home from the war. It's just them, their mom, and, you know, and their sisters. And I just felt like it really felt like it was cozy. Like it really meant, like, it had the sentiment of what Christmas is all about, is family. And I love it, and spending time with your loved ones and quality time and things like that. So I kind of wanted to embrace that vibe within our new home, our new chapter in life. So that is what I'm going for. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking, put the camera down, and finish decorating. And then once I'm all done, which I don't know if I'll finish today, but I think I'll be able to give you more of that sense of story that I'm going for. Now, I didn't want to put too many baubles on the tree. Like I said, I just wanted something that was very simple, but beautiful at the same time as well. So I decided to go ahead and put some baby's breath on there, some picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. I also picked up these beautiful like mercury glass ornaments as well. I thought those were gorgeous. I opted not to do the poinsettias, but I did go ahead and put these, again, those Hobby Lobby finds, which are beautiful. They're heavy too. I was going to put these on here, but I was like, you know, it's not really going with the color scheme. So we opted out of that as well. And it definitely is okay to not necessarily use all of the ornaments that you purchase, because in my case, I use ornaments in other areas because I do multiple trees within my home. We could always use them for next year. So I think now it's time to add the candles. I wanted to add candles to the tree this year to go with my theme. So I bought tapered LED candles, and I plan on stringing them in certain sections on the tree. And I bought some floral wire to help me out. So basically, I would have like 3 hanging here, and then so on. That's gonna look so good. So they are plastic, but they're wax covered. I bought the wrong ones before, and they were like all plastic, horrible. So I sent them back. But these ones really will do the trick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put batteries in them, and then we'll hang them on the tree. And I think it's coming together so pretty. Got the floral wire that I got from Amazon. We got the LED lights again from Amazon, and everything will be linked on my LTK page so you can shop the look. And then I do have these, which I highly recommend. It's like a little briefcase for your batteries. And this is my AAA. I do also have them for AA as well. But it just keeps everything so organized. So I do love that. And of course, batteries from Amazon too. So again, everything will be linked. But I'm just going to unscrew this. Man, this is need a lot. All right, 2 batteries per. They also have a timer with a remote, so that's awesome. I didn't want the ones where you have to come and turn them on manually, because who wants to deal with that? And I also chose these because I felt like the flame on it looked more orangey, like a real little fire. So I chose that one. Now, as beautiful as the candle option is, putting them on your tree, and it makes it very unique, it does require a lot of batteries. So I am going to forewarn you on that. But I did use the wire, the floral wire, and wrapped it around the essentially the flame of the quote-unquote LED candle. And then I also used these wire cutters to be able to cut any excess material that I had. And then I used the floral wire to wrap around your tree. You don't have to be scared about floral wire. It's very thin in terms of it's not going to cause any damage on your tree. And so you just see me here wrapping that around there, and then again wrapping it around the tree. I tried to do them in a segment of 3 and kind of wanted them to have a tiered effect, but in some areas of the tree, branches aren't as strong as like the middle or the bottom of the tree, so I did have to change it up just a little bit. Walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you. So I continued to work my way around the tree, just putting on the candles, again in a pairing of 3. And then I also went ahead and added some additional ornaments as well. In addition to candles, I wanted to add just a daintier item to my tree, which were bows. So I did purchase these bows from Amazon. They're burgundy, and they do come with like a little tab that you can use to wrap around the tree branch, and I put them in various spaces on the tree. So I decided to add some icicles to the tree, and I just think that they look amazing. From far away, you can't see like the clear string that's holding them, so they kind of appear like they're floating. I believe I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the string just a little bit slimmer next time, or shorter. So far, this is what I have worked on the tree, and it's looking good. I just feel like it needs more ornaments to make it appear more fuller, and because this is more sparse of a tree, I definitely don't want to go overboard with the ornaments, but I do want it to be more full and just visually appealing. So I love the baby's breath in the tree, and I'm hoping that Hobby Lobby goes on sale with those. So I've been checking online every day to make sure, because I would like to add a few more. Right now there's only currently 5 of the baby breaths moments within the tree. I did already order more of the candles, so I am gonna go and add those on. They just take a little bit more time to do, so I've just been putting those off. I am also adding more of, I got these velvet bulbs, or baubles is what I call them, from Walmart, excuse me, this year. And so I'm adding them, and I'm taking some of the standard like red ones off, kind of like that one, to give more texture on the tree. So here's another one there, and I have a few more boxes, some small, some larger ones. So I'm doing that. And then, like I said, I'm gonna add the icicles, because I just like how visually something hanging rather than just either being propped in the tree or, you know, like a round ball. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll put the camera up, we'll add more icicles. We have some more ornaments. I do have these ones, which I do love as well, so I'll add these on there as well, just to give a different texture, shape on the tree as well. So I think that'll be nice, in addition to the round velvet sprigs that I have this year. Okay, so I just decided to make a few of the icicles and string them with the, I believe it's fishing wire, really, because doing one at a time just seemed to be pointless. So I just went ahead and sat down and did a few of them so that way I can knock them out. And then in total, the package that I purchased from Amazon had 25 icicles. They do come in a 25 pack and a 50 pack. I'll make sure to link them in my LTK page if you guys would like to purchase them on your own. But they were really cheap. I mean, I think they were only like, they're acrylic, so it's still nice quality though. And I like the styling of them in terms of looks like a little drippage. But I believe it was $8.99 for 25 of them. Can't beat that. Once I was done with the tree, it was time to move on to the mantle. So I purchased this garland from Amazon. It is like a dupe to the Hobby Lobby garland. I would have to say with the Hobby Lobby garland, it is a little bit more, I wouldn't say that it's more fuller than the other one. I don't know. I think they're similar. I would say if you didn't want to make the true investment for the Hobby Lobby one, then this one would be a great one in addition to that. You'll see me here trying to set up my mantle, and I kind of wanted something where it would just kind of swag off to the side. And I went back and forth and I was like, wait a minute, do I like this? Do I not like this? So you'll see me spend time working on this, but I am gonna change it up. I know that you guys just saw me put together a mantle and it's entirely different than what this currently looks like now. I really wanted to stick to that. However, it just, I don't know. My ideal was to have stockings on the side here, which I definitely can go back in and do stockings, but I feel like this is just so timeless and it goes with my scheme this year, which my theme is a timeless Christmas story. And I really wanted something that's just elegant. It's also within that time period of Little Women because I really love that movie and I was really trying to go for those types of aesthetics within my home. And so I feel like this one just, it's everything to me. I absolutely love it. It was a little tricky in terms of trying to hang on the garland and stuff here. I did use some finishing nails or picture hanging hooks is actually, or nails is what I used. I have a kit here. Let me show you guys. So I have this kit and I just use the larger nails that are in here. So I use a mixture of these ones and then there's some larger ones that are on the other side as well. So I use those to in here. I do have a cedar mantle, so I'm not too worried about, you know, damaging or anything like that because I could just pull the nails out. It's a piece of wood. So I do have that and I think it looks, like I said, timeless, beautiful. I think I'm gonna change this pick over and move it over. You'll see that in the final reveal to mimic more so on that side. But I love it. I did also hang some bell garland that I did get from Hobby Lobby. I hung a bow here that you'll see I want to kind of mimic the same thing in terms of bows here on this side. I'm not going to change anything over here because I just love how it normally looks. And so I figured if it's not broken, why fix it? I'm just going to enhance it a bit. So that's what I'm going to do over there. I'll put the camera up. But I just love how cozy, elegant, and timeless this all looks, and very, like I said, right on target in terms of the time period I was going for, which is like, you know, 1800s Christmas sort of thing. So I do love it. It's right here by my main tree, which I love as well. It looks so beautiful, and just everything seems to be flowing perfectly together. So I'm glad that this year Christmas is actually coming a little bit more familiar to me in terms of what I want. And you know, years present, it took me a while to kind of get to this in terms of like, I would literally have a tree up and have nothing on it because I just didn't know what to do with it. So now that the older I get, I feel like I'm just more like, I know what I like. I know my niche. I know what to expect out of myself. And so things are starting to come together a lot faster. There are some things behind me that I wish I can show you guys. Look so good, but that will be in future vlogs. But for right now, I feel like this vlog this week shows you a lot. Like, it's going to show you all of the living room. I have some decor here on the table that I'll show once I get done fixing it all up. But I just wanted to let you guys know what my thinking was behind here. Like I said, I will link everything on my LTK page. I got both of these garlands that are hanging down here. They are 9 feet. I got them from Wayfair. The picks here are just cherry picks, berry picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. This bell garland is from Hobby Lobby, and then this big, bow is from Amazon. So yeah, pretty inexpensive to do this look, and definitely you guys can recreate it as well in your own home. So moving on to the sideboard or cabinet next to my fireplace, I got these items from, this is a juniper garland that I got from Kirkland's this year. And these are also the same bows, long bows, burgundy bows that I got from Amazon. These are the same as well. However, one thing to know is like sometimes you may get bows that may not have the same pigmentation as your other ones. Like, this is a lot lighter than these ones. So I'm dealing with that in terms of them not being exactly the same. But these, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're ordering from online and sometimes they're coming from overseas or whatnot, you can't really be picky. You're just getting, you know, the luck of the draw once you get it. So I did get these this year from, Walmart. They are the viral reindeer, and I love them. And I just put a little bow on him just to dress him up a little bit. I plan on doing that on the other one. I just haven't taken the price tag off yet. But yes, I did get both of these from Walmart. They are the tall and the small version of those. Great dupe to a Pottery Barn reindeer. And then, like I said, these are pretty much only things I'm gonna put on here. I plan on putting these smaller bows here on these candles here. These are LED candles. They are set on a timer. They do come on around 5:30 each day. I do plan on keeping this candle here. It is a fall scented candle. I don't know if I'm gonna burn it or whatnot, but it does go with the color scheme in terms of the browns and burgundies in my home. These are fall stems, but again, keeping with that burgundy color, it really does tie in. So I'm gonna keep the stems. If it's not broken, like I said, why fix it? And I loved them, how they look styled in this vase. So I'm going to keep them. They are from Amazon. They are a great dupe to a floral leaf that looks like this, or stems. So I will have, like I said, everything linked in my LTK page, which can be found on the description. And then also throughout this vlog, there'll be some QR codes if you like to just go ahead and scan it. Since a lot of us do watch YouTube either on our TV, but we do have our phones handy, so you can go ahead and scan it. But like I said, I'm gonna put the camera up. I'm gonna go ahead and decorate this. I'm keeping it simple, impactful, and I hope you guys like it. All right, guys, so let me know in the comments what you guys think of this year's Christmas theme. My theme this year is a timeless Christmas story. I wanted something that encompasses just the simplicity of Christmas and the true meaning of Christmas, meaning that I wasn't going over the top in terms of decor or anything like that. So just keeping it real simple and classy with bows, garland, and pretty baubles and candles. That's pretty much really is what my tree focuses on. Just beautiful ornaments in terms of just being simple. It's just orbs pretty much on the tree, some icicles, and then also things that are just, like I said, that would be periodic for that particular season or time in terms of Christmas, of having things like maybe you would go out and forage some stems or anything. So that's why I have the baby's breath in the tree as well. And I think it's beautiful. I know that this is going to be very controversial in terms of the color scheme this year, because I feel like everyone's doing burgundy, but I feel like we just, as women, we know what's in. So burgundy truly is in for 2025, and I think it's beautiful. I did change mine up in terms of, I did add some brown and neutral scheme because I really wanted to do a neutral Christmas tree, but I just couldn't get away from the red. But this year I wanted to change it up a little bit. Years past, I had a beautiful tree named Candy, and she was red as well, but she was just more of a very nostalgic, friendly Santa kind of Christmas tree, like really jolly. And this one is more grown up and just beautiful. So timeless as well. I love the candle details here. It did take a lot of time in terms of using floral garland to put each individual LED candle on there. They do make a more time consuming option in terms of a clip candle, but I just felt like the clip candles, they are beautiful. You're going to see in another tree that I do have some that are clip on, but I just feel like these candles allow you to just manipulate them in the tree a little bit more than a clip candle. And sometimes the clip candles have to be at the end of the branch and they just look a little awkward in terms of how they lean on the tree. So that's why I chose to use them. But I love this tree. Again, thank you so much for King of Christmas for sending out this beautiful Rushmore fir. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I love that it's sparse, because that's the kind of tree that I wanted. The Rockefeller tree this year is a sparse tree as well. I believe that one's an aspen. And so I definitely wanted something that kind of has my own little theme of a Rockefeller tree within my own home. So I love it. Moving on to my beautiful mantle. This was a mantle that just kind of came to my head and I was like, I want that, I'm gonna do it. So, you know, I know that you saw me putting together a different look, and that definitely is gorgeous as well. It's just, I wanted something that was, again, more sophisticated. And so I challenged myself to do something that I haven't done before in terms of garland. This is a different type of installation of a fireplace. I had a shiplap fireplace before. I never had a stone fireplace. And I just feel like it really anchors in that modern European vibe and timely, what's the word I'm looking for? That old-timey Christmas feel. So I think it's beautiful. It may not be your jam in terms of how you might do things, or you might want it more fuller. And I think maybe next year I might do that. But to be honest, I had already spent way too much on garland. So maybe next year this might be a little bit more fuller. I might add some more garland to it. But this year I feel like it fits the job just fine. And I love it. And also I want to focus down on the coffee table. I just kept it simple. I already had this vessel, which is the same vessel that is over, that I'm going to show you guys next to my fireplace. But I had some bell garland and I cut the garland off, or the string that holds the garland. Just put those bells in there, and then I always have this on my table. And so I just kept them there and just made it a little bit more festive. These stems are from Hearth and Hand collection this year from Target, and I just put them in that vessel, and I think it looks good without having to do too much on the table and make it not usable, because we still need to be able to access the table and use it from day to day. But moving on over here, I absolutely love how my cabinet came out. I kept everything the same in terms of inside the cabinet styling, but I did make it festive on top of the cabinet. So here I just kept the fall stems that I already had because it went with my color scheme. I added the burgundy bows. Then these are the Walmart Viral reindeer, and I absolutely love them. And I now have the matching pair. I kept my same fall candle as well. So that's why I was saying that you don't necessarily have to go out and buy all new things. You can keep things that you use in previous seasons. So my fall things are still all here. I just dressed it up for Christmas. So that's just to give you some insight. One thing that I did add is this beautiful diffuser train. I seen it on Amazon, and I thought it was the cutest thing. It chugs, it's vapor, so I mean it's not going to burn anyone or anything like that. It's just water. It has lights on it. It does have a different light setting, but I think it looks so cute with the warm light here. And you can put an essential oil in there. So if you wanted to have something that's like evergreen cuttings or whatever your heart desires, you definitely can put it in there and have your home smell like that, but also be aesthetically pleasing. And it just actually, you know, helps to soften up this area and make it a little bit more fun with having that train there. I kept my candles here as well. I just put some bows on there. I'm not the best at tying bows, and these ones made me require for myself to actually tie the bows, but I think they came out just fine. I just tied some bows and stuck it on top of it. So one of them is tied actually around the vessel or around the candlestick, and then the other ones I just kind of set on there, and they're all in various different lengths and everything, so that way it's not so perfect. And then here the garland is from Kirkland's. It is the juniper garland, and it's the same one that I have over my door in my office space, and I had another one and I just put it over here and kind of did a swooping motion here. And I just use this to hold one side and I use the candle to hold the other side because I really didn't want to use command hooks on my cabinet and risk damaging it. So that's what I decided to do, and it hangs just fine. But I think it's beautiful. Another Amazon find that I had were these Burgundy pillow covers. These ones always stay on here. I just went ahead and changed out the other ones that are on here to the Burgundy, and I felt like since these ones are already like taupey colors, it matched with the tree as well, with the baby's breath. And then I just added in that pop of red with the Burgundy pillows, and it doesn't cost that much in terms of changing up just little things. Like I said, with the pillow covers, I think for both pillow covers, it was $18, and they are 18 by 18 pillow covers with a 22-inch insert. I pretty much stuffed them in there, but I love it, and I think it came together quite beautiful this year. I cannot wait to share with you guys. There's some other areas of my home that I have decorated, and that would be later on. But next week's vlog, we are going to get into my bedroom, as I did decorate that for Christmas, and it kind of goes back and ties in the theme and color scheme that's in my office and in the front foyer. And then you'll see it come back, and this color scheme will continue in other areas of my home. But I think it goes together. The taupes, the browns, the neutral colors all lean to one, but you don't necessarily have to have it be the same exact color in every space of your home. Just as long as you can tie each space at some point, I think it works. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love it for this year, for 2025. So far, it's my favorite. Matt loves previous years that I've done, when I kind of did that one that I told you about, Candy, when it was more jolly for Christmas. But this one is more sophisticated, more grown, the new version of this Georgia clay. So again, thank you so much for tuning in this week. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.